Hello, 7K team. A little two. Maybe you're talking to somebody about getting into 7K or being partner with you. And or maybe you're talking to someone that joined you and they're kind of inactive. They haven't done something. They're not participating in the building portion or the advantages of it, not even buying a coin of the month, but they're a member and they haven't been active. Or maybe it's a member that's been kind of on and off active, or a person that's just been buying a coin, an autosaver, and haven't really been participating in sharing, let's say, the benefits of 7K. Any one of those categories. And if you're one of those categories and a person's invited you to listen to this video, I encourage you to give yourself a few minutes to understand what I'm trying to share. Because even though I have a chemical engineering degree and a master's in business and climbed the big top of the corporate ladder, none of that gave me time freedom and financial freedom. What gave me time freedom and financial freedom was network marketing. Network marketing with the right company at the right time, at the right place, with the right products, and can provide success to everyone who will allow themselves just a small chance of time to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques. And you do it by association. It's just like being a member of a country club. You might be a member of a country club, but if you never go there, you never get to participate in the benefits of it. Playing on the tennis courts when you want to, or swimming in the pools, or playing golf, or whatever the reasons you join a country club, or like a Costco membership or an Amazon Prime membership. Yeah, membership has benefits, and 7K has a lot of benefits, and those are the kind of things we're going to talk to. But I'm not going to go through all the benefits of 7K. I'm going to just show them to you, and I'm going to encourage you to try and learn what the membership benefits are, because it's our membership benefit wheel. And one of the big things that most people don't understand is they can save $500 or more on their health insurance by getting health insurance through 7K. And it's a nationwide provider in all 50 states. And it's the same PPO as Aetna and Blue Cross, except the in the same carrier, same hospital, same doctors, but you pay a lot less for the same coverage, or better coverage, in fact. And so people, if you have and are paying for your own health insurance, you should look into this. And it's nothing more than going and watching a few videos and looking and comparing. And one of the main benefits that I want to talk about, though, and you should also look at your gold and silver IRA, but you hear them about advertised all the time. But the main benefits I want to talk about are the 1099 tax benefits, and the fact that you can accumulate wealth just by being a member. And those are the two main things that I want to share with each of you, to be able to communicate to the people that you have in your business, and why they should engage, or why they should become a part of 7K. And one of the things that being a member, we have a very handsome and lucrative rewards share plan. And that's where we get paid by telling people about the membership benefits. It's kind of like a referral pay plan, but it's a team concept. And so you have a left team and a right team, and that's how you qualify to earn let's say commission checks or referral checks. And so how do you do that? Is they try to make it as simple as possible for a person to earn a check with the right criteria. So there's nobody that just at the top, just because they're a member, they make all the money, like in a lot of other programs. That's not here, and that's not the case. It's more creating people helping people, people sharing, people working together as teams. And that's what a lot of families do even. And so you become a member, and you find another member that wants to become a member of 7K for the benefits of the membership, and you place them on, let's say, the left team or team 1, and then you find another one and you place them on the right team, team 2, and so, or left, right, team 1, team 2, doesn't matter. The whole point is you have 2 teams, and I like to do left and right, kind of like our head is our membership, our left side, left hand starts our left team. We grab somebody by the head and they become a member, and we grab somebody by the head on the right team and they become a member. And so that just starts your team, and they have a left hand and a right hand, and they do the same. And then your team starts growing, and it can go to infinity. So here's the real key is our memberships. We have 2 memberships, the $199, $199, and $499, the premium membership. And I call it the business member, because you're going to get all kind of tools to build your business with, things that are necessary to manage, look at, understand, to advance your business, to learn about your business, to teach you about gold and silver. All these things come in at $499. So you get to really own your own business for $499. Then that's 150 points. So it's kind of like airline mileage. Kind of think about that. And the 199, or I call it the buyers, or the people that just want to step their toes in here to see if this thing works. But they really shouldn't. They should just kind of think about this. They can own the side, own a business for $499, get all the tools with it, and that becomes a tax deductible expense, because these are membership tools. These are all tools to build a business with. And so they get that 1099 tax deduction already on their Schedule C. And so, and I propose that if you're working in a job and you're paying taxes, yet none of this is going to cost you any money, because the personal expenses you turn into business expenses, and your membership and the cost that you're putting into building your business become tax deductible. That what you reduce in your taxable income you get back on taxes actually pays for all of this. And you should see any one of the CPAs that we have in the business, or any of the CPA material that I provide, that your sponsor, or that you can look at on the Band app, where I have my trainings for my team. Then you can see these things, third parties, to validate exactly what I'm sharing about the 1099 tax benefit. Well, then if you get one person on your left and one person on your right, and I think with time, everyone can do that. And we show you how. And, that qualifies you as an associate. Okay, then you're going to get those points for that membership. So if they bought a 199 membership or 150 members, 499 membership with 150 points, those points come up to your counter. You have a counter on your left and your right, and they keep track of those points. Well, when they provide a membership, or someone above you even, because you can only place on your left and right. Everybody can place on the left and right. So you're going to get gifts from below and gifts from above, I call it. And so with that said, you're going to get points for every time somebody joins your team on the left side or right side, come up to your counter. So when your counter reaches 500 points, they're going to give you a $500 check. Well, that's pretty powerful if you kind of think about that. That's better than airline mileage, okay? Where you're going to get a lot of other points in this program. We call it land, in Louisiana, we call it lanyap. It's that little bit of extra. But you're also going to get, because we're going to teach you to buy a product of value once a month to stay active. Now, you must be active to earn a check in the business. So you want to stay active, and we want you to accumulate wealth. And we want you to understand why, and we want you to understand about gold and silver and why you should own it, and why you should own some in bullion and some in numismatic collectible products that gain value faster. And a proven fact now that we can tell people that our products gain value faster, and we have proof of it. We call that proof coming from Stack and Sell, where you can actually see it too. But we have 4 products that you can choose from to put on automatic. Just like if you were buying, let's say, a mutual fund once a month, or you're putting money in your 401k, or this employee savings plan, or whatever. And that's cash, that's dollars. But this is real money. This is gold and silver, and collectible gold and silver that gain value faster. So you got 4 to choose from, that each one comes with points. And they range from $115 all the way up to $179 once a month. And just remember, 1099 tax benefits. Now, you get 15 points or 20 points. But just think about, as your team grows and these people are buying these products that have points on it every month, those points come up to your counter. And when they reach 500 on each side, you get a $500 check. And then, you can keep getting that every week. And so then you can advance in rank by sponsoring more people, telling more people that you personally enroll. They enroll on your website, which comes with your membership. And so when you get 2 that you personally enrolled on your left and right in your team that you put in your team, and that means you've got 2 on your left, 2 on your right, then you can become a copper. And I want to talk about copper for a minute. That enables you to make an extra $1,000 a week. Now, just kind of think of any part-time business or side business, how long it would take you where you could get up to $1,000 a week. What if you started a lawn care business, an automobile detailing, like Chris Latin was running when he was working a full-time job at night teaching Black Hawk helicopter pilots, and then working 2 jobs on the side during the day. But he joined 7K, and he was able to, within 6 months, he sold both of those businesses because he was making more money with 7K, and he had a lot more time freedom. Well, what if it took you 2 years? What if it took you 3 years to do that? Where could you do something that you could put into your membership for $500, spending money every month to keep you active, collecting points and gaining value with time, so you are investing in yourself, not only in your business, but in your asset collection. Yeah, you're building assets. You're not putting paper aside that melts away because of inflation. You're actually holding and building assets. So what if we could get up to $1,000 a week, and it took us 2, 3, 4, 5 years? Well, that's possible here if you give yourself a chance to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques. And then, to step up, let's say your volume starts increasing, and I'm going to give some examples here. And to become a bronze, you need to teach one of three people. Now you sponsor a third person on your left team and your right team, and then you can become a bronze if one of those three people become a copper like you were. So you're helping them grow too, and you formed a partnership between you and your team. And that's what you want is a close-knit team. You want to be able to grow and build with people people care about. And that's why a lot of families do this, like the Collins family, like Delton and Cindy with their family and their friend, like my family, like, many other families in this business are building as families. And so that means they've got their brothers, their sisters, their aunts, their uncles, their the Clements family. I can go on and on, but we've got where you can sponsor people in your own family into this too, and you build a family business and a family legacy. So what if we could get to 2,000 a week? Well, that's a six-figure income. Okay, now you don't start out that way. It builds as your team builds, and that's what I want to show you. Okay, and so all along, you're going to be collecting these products of value. So you want to be able to show some of the products that we buy here on a monthly basis, some products that you bought in the past and what they are selling for on Stack and Sell today, what their market value is and what the current price of some that are up for sale. And we want to show you those things. Now, what I want you to understand is that, yeah, you may have tried networking before in the past, just like many people that's joined us in the first 5 years here with 7K and never succeeded at, but now they succeed big time with something like Colleen Lee, like Bruce Harris, the old potato truck driver, like Ken Torgerson, the rancher up in Idaho, in that big place of Manny, Idaho. Look up the population for it. Like Brooke Stelly, who chose to do this instead of going to any college that you want, to be an entrepreneur at the young age of 18 and became a goal, and now is earning more money than she would have if she went to a 4-year college, graduated, and then got out and got a job. Well, see, that is happening all over the place, and it can happen to you. It can happen to you where you 3, 4, 5 years later, you're like Woodrow Venable, my friend, who is a copper, but he makes an extra check, and he'll soon he'll be 78. No, he just turned 78, and he earns a check every week, and he has millions of points in his counter, meaning those are points or dollars that's commission that he can just draw out. And if he finds one other person and that person takes off, then he'll definitely make $1,000 a week for the rest of his life. Or anybody in his group finds a person that starts making a $500 check every week, he'll make $1,000 every week for the rest of his life. Well, that's pretty powerful. Where else could we do something like that where we're accumulating wealth and building wealth? Yeah, I wanted to talk about our comp plan, but I wanted to talk about it in a different way. And we can rank up, we can become a bronze, make that 2,000, we rank up, but then you already know you're learning everything you need to do these things. You got skills out of it, you'll be able to do it. Like I'm a gold, and I've been a gold, ever since I've been a gold, I've been making a gold check, okay? And I have more volume than to make more money if I rank up, and that's up to me, okay? Not up to somebody else. That means I need to help somebody on my left team and right team become a gold, and become a bronze that I personally sponsored, then I can become an executive gold, and my check would automatically go to 10,000 a week. Well, that's possible for you. Where else could you do something like that? This is what I want to encourage. This is an opportunity in a lifetime. So let's look at these. This is what I'm talking about. This goes to infinity. This right now, we've just, we're open in Canada, we're open in the UK, we're open in Ireland, we're open in Singapore, Australia, and New Zealand. But those countries are just now getting going, because when we opened them, COVID was going so strong, those countries are shut down. So now we have a chance to start growing. So we're open to all 50 states, and now we're growing, and we're growing leaps and bounds, and you want to be part of this growth. And then we got 82 more countries to open up in. And then you've got chance to learn the skills, attitudes, and techniques. And then what you can do is you get your 2, and then you can have exponential expansion working for you, where you get your 2, you help them get their 2, and you help them get their 2, and you help them get their 2, and you help them get their 2. See, you just keep helping people, sharing the knowledge you have with people in your group. And if your group grows like this, and it took you 12 years to have 2,000 on the left team and 2,000 on the right team, remember, that's just what it looks like. And if they're just buying a 20-point coin, 2,000 times 20 points is 40,000 points divided by 4 weeks is like 10,000 points coming up every week. Because see, you buy the coin on the 1st, the 8th, the 15th, the 21st, or the 26th. So you got 5 dates. People choose different dates. So you could, if you ranked up, be making 5,000 a week, but you'd have to be a gold. But if you're only a copper, you're going to make $1,000 every week because the points are there. Or if you're only a bronze, you make 2,000 a week. And we have people that are doing that. We have one young lady that was a realtor up in Montana. I met her, Dana Nelson, and she became a silver real quick, but then, she maintains a bronze, so that she makes 2,000 every week, but she could be making 12,500 every week, because that's how many points are coming up on her left and right teams. But she never made a 6-figure income. So she's enjoying life, buying her coin, making her $2,000 a week check. That's pretty powerful when you think about it. And that could happen to anyone. So it's just a matter of how much time that it takes. And see, I give you a real job description of how to build this business, how everyone can do it, but you've got to dedicate some time. And that time commitment is what you make with the partners that you join with. And you hold each other accountable to this time commitment. And then you hold each other accountable to how many people you're sponsoring a day, or talking to a day, not sponsoring, but you're talking, you're sharing the information we call piquing interest. And so are you going to do 1 a day, 5 out of 7 days? That'd be 5 people a week that you share it with. Now you can do that just in everyday circumstances. Okay, but learning how to do that, and you do that for 2 years, you will have talked to 520 people. If you do 5 a week, every week, that's 520 people you have talked to, and they're going to join your business. They're going to ask questions. You're going to give them we're going to teach you how to do it. But your job is to watch a video once a day, 5 days a week, once a day, and watch all the company videos that we provide in the update, but watch one of my videos every day for 2 years. That's it. And then we're giving you exactly what you need to do, and you buy your coin every month without fail. You let exponential expansion work for you, and we teach how we control our attitude, because we're in charge of that. Nobody else is. We're in charge of our attitude. And I'm like Charles Swindoll. I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. And we are in charge of our attitude. So I encourage people to read this every day and see in this 2 years, we're not going to compare ourselves with other people. You compare yourself with your own business and what you got to do next. And when you get these same 3 beliefs, all you have to have is these. And after 2 years of doing this job description and being part of this and getting your coin and buying it every single month for 2 years, investing in yourself, getting products of real value, then you will have these 3 beliefs, and you will have the posture, and you will have skills, attitudes, and tech that the next 3 to 5 years, you can build a huge business, just like all of us that's already been in the business for 3 to 5 years and earning regular checks. And those checks will continue to increase or give us a residual income of 500 to 1,000 to 2,000 a week for the rest of our life or more. Now, what I want to share with you is this. It all starts just like this. One on your left, one on your right. Then I want to tell you how you get to copper. You get here, you sponsor your one on your left, your one on your right. You help them get their one on their left and one on their right, just like that. They're associates, and you get one more on your left, one more on your right, and you're a copper. That is a total of 9 people, including you. Now let's get to be a copper before the end of the year. Let's get to be a copper as soon as possible. Let's get to be a copper this week. I like to tell people, you want to get in, get your 2, then help them get their 2, and you become an associate, you become qualified to make that $500. And if these people right here are all getting the premium $4.99 memberships like they should, well, that's 450 points coming up in that counter right there. And we have what is called a half check. And so you're going to get a $250 check, and they're going to roll over all the points. So they'll subtract 250 from each side because that's what you got paid on. And then they're going to leave you with 200 points here and 200 points here. And that's almost another commission check. And when you sponsor your other person on your left and right, even if they came in at $199, you're going to get another $250 check. That's pretty powerful. Just think about it. So let's concentrate on building a whole team of coppers. And see, when you build a whole team of coppers, this is what you do. And I want to show you the results of this with my business, which I've been in 5.5 years. Now, I don't have this team built yet, but I've got this team, I got this team and this team going on in my business. Okay. And so in the future, we could do this right here because, I have a membership. My company has a membership. My wife has a membership. Her company has a membership. Okay. So, and our sons have a membership, and we're all on top of this business, and they have millions of points in their business, and they earn checks on a weekly basis. And so you can too. And so what I'm trying to share with you, and I'm going to share one as we end this screen, and I do have to come back and give one last statement here, is that, this is my dashboard. And this is Saturday, April 23rd. I'm a goal. I've got to have 8 actives here and 8 actives here. I've got to have a silver or more on my left side that I personally sponsored, and a silver or more on my right side that I personally sponsored. And I have that, so I'm a goal. And I'm allowed to make $7,000 a week if I've got 7,000 points in my counter here and 7,000 points in my counter here. And as you see, I got a lot more. I could be making, as I told you, an executive goal check. And that's been every week because, see, these are the points that come up every week from just autosavers, 5.5 years, where that team grew through exponential expansion. And I help advance a lot of that team with Wayne coming in and helping his team grow, and then with Hawaii coming in and helping their team grow, and then in Pastor Vaughn, Professor Toto, and Kim Wiley and helping her team grow. And then we had Phil Godlewski, the PSI team, come in and then helping their team grow with Todd Collins and Andy and the rest of their team and the leaders in that team. And it's just people helping one another. And now, as I advance this team more this year, and then if you notice, there's not a week here that there's not more than 10,000 points coming up. Well, there's only 2 weeks here where it looks like that I should get a $7,000 check. But actually, that I've got 5.5 years worth of renewals and new business that's coming in. So this is the 21st. So I didn't have but just that coming up on coins. But look what it ends up. And every week is like that. Okay, it's not just this week. I've shown this several times. But since I talk about how the possibility, I'm just showing you how this can work in the long run, how it could even work for you. And let's go back to one other point that I want to share before we close. Is I want to share maybe a little story here with a couple of our group members, and I do it by looking at this. Let's say this is a person that I sponsored, and all they were doing was buying the coin every month. Well, all those points that I've been doing for the first year would have come up in their counter right here, and they would have, let's say, 400,000 points. Well, that's $400,000. And if they're buying their coin every month, those 20 points would go over here to their counter, and they'd have 240 points after the first year, but they hadn't sponsored anybody. But here's the key with those of you like this. This is what you want to show your people that you have currently that are doing this, because we want them to engage, and we want them to engage just the way I shared here, and help them get their one on their left and one on their right, so they can qualify. If they get one on their left and one on their right, and they have 240 points and how many ever thousands of points they have here, they're going to get a check because they have been an associate. And though, even if it was just a $199 membership, 50 points are going to add to that 240 points. That's pretty powerful. Well, let's say this is a person, they just joined and they wanted to buy some bullion. They didn't do anything. They didn't really look at anything. So they got 0 and 0 because they flushed their point. All their points go through them because they're inactive. If you're inactive, it won't accumulate. So if you're inactive, all those points. But let's say, look, if you go back to my counter and they're on my left team, any 1 week, I got 30,000 or more points just coming up in auto savers, let alone new business. So if they buy their coin, they're going to have 30,000 points there. Well, I don't know what it is in your business, but you can show them how many points you have coming up every month. And if they start buying their coin, they're going to start accumulating those points. They could have never built this organization on their own. So they have a powerful advantage starting to learn how to build a business, but you've got to be able to show them what is available to them. Now, I've done that for several of my people that were in this case, and they became active. They made checks. They become part of building their own business. And I'd like for you to do it too. Now, since I talked about income, I'm going to talk about one more thing in building a check. Okay. And it's going to be right here. So, what if you could make an extra $3,500 this year and you become a member and you build it the way we talk about? You help one person on your left become a member, one person on your right, and then you help them get a membership, and they're doing the $4.99, 150 points. Well, there you go. You made a $250 check. You do that in the first week. You're an associate. You make $250. So that's how simple. And then you just help each people do the system that I teach and help people with their top 25 people. You advance your momentum like I advance mine because you're the experienced person. So you help these people right here because you know more about it than they do, but they can learn this process with you if they want to. And so we help these four get their two people. And then when you do that, you're going to, that person that you brought in is going to really kind of get excited because they're going to make another check. They're going to make a $500 check because we help them get that. But all this volume comes up to you too. It either goes in your bank side or it goes in your pay side. If it's on your pay side, you really are working out well, fine, and you're getting paid on that. But it can go in your bank side because that's future pay for you too. That means it's going to accumulate. You get more points than you can get paid on. Okay. And so whichever side has the least points, that becomes your pay side. Okay. And then what you do is you then help teach this person who now has success, who's already done some learning, how to help you with these people. So you got three of you helping these four people, and you help them together get there too. And when you do, then if you help them get their people, that person, and that person, everybody gonna be making checks. And that makes them pretty excited. Okay. Because see, this person had already made their $250 check, and they're now making their $500 check. This person actually gets another person, becomes that copper, and then make $1,000 check. Okay. And that's only after 3 weeks or 3 months, because it's going to hold the volume until you get paid, as long as you're active buying your coin. And then you now have more people trained to help you do the same thing to the next level of these people, helping them get their first two and ranking up. And maybe some of these have already ranking up to copper, because that's eventually what you want all your people to do, is rank up to copper. Copper is that base level. So give yourself a chance to succeed. So, you could do this in 4 weeks, or you could do this in a year. But that's extra income while you're accumulating wealth, getting 1099 tax benefits. And since I talked about income and gave examples and illustrations of how our comp plan works, I want to make sure that I refer to our income disclosure, and I want everyone to read this, because this company doesn't have to produce an income disclosure like other direct sales companies do, but they're proud to and have been, and for years, to produce because we pay so much to people to accumulate wealth, get 1099 tax benefits, and build assets and accumulate assets. One last thing that I would like to show you is my accumulation of assets over time. And that's real significant to me, because it goes to what I was talking about. Oh, I hadn't signed in yet, so let me sign in to Stack and Sell and get it done so I can show you this real quick. And I'm going to go to these are my coins that I've bought over time, and I'm going to go to my dashboard so I can give you a quick summary. I bought 644 coins over this 5.5-year period. I paid $95,751 for it. And you say, oh, that's a lot of money. Well, hey, look, some people in their first year, they paid, $1,200, but they got coins that are worth more than that. And that's part of the key is we're building. So where could I have purchased assets and take no risks for $95,000 over this last 5 years, and they're worth a minimum of $147,678 today? That's a 54% return. And that's minimum because that's the average of the last 6 months sale. If I actually go on and look at some of my products, they're worth a lot more than that because they're selling for more than that last 6 months average of people selling them. So that's a very conservative view. And I want you to look at your sponsor or your sponsor's sponsors as y'all are helping each other build this business, that you share that, and you also share with them a coin or two, like the Lady Liberty, the White House coin, Mandela coins, maybe the Idaho State Series coin, or the Montana Butterfly Series, or some coin that you purchased within this last 2-year period, and what it's selling for and what its market value is. So again, look at the income disclosure. I hope you see what we see. I hope you become a part of building wealth, accumulating wealth, getting 1099 tax benefits, and becoming part of helping people understand the necessity to own gold and silver. And we're just sharing membership benefits with one another. I hope you see what we see, and I hope you become an active participant in our 7K business as we build together.